I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed. It's y'all shall lead them. Also, dear listener, if you could please, some of you bought the Dilly Die shirts, we appreciate it. If you could please send us a picture of you in one of your Vin and Sori shirts, we would love
to feature you
on the
in one of
channel. We would love.
Plus, we always like seeing our friends wearing our awesome merch, especially the one that our villager created himself.
Yes.
Actually, you know what?
Chat with the people. I'm going to show them.
Oh, do you have one of them?
Well, I came across this today when I was working.
Oh, we should put that in the background.
Well, I'm not doing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring it to Hobby Lobby and I'm going to have them put it on the wood, so it won't get ruined.
Do you think they do that? Aren't they like a Christian organization?
Oh no, they do whatever you want. Look at this.
That's the Till We Die shirt design. It's pretty,
yep, it's colored BA. Like on the. This is like literally. He drew this on this paper.
Yeah, this guy's a badass. That's that Jamie guy, right?
He drew this on the paper. It's not like a photocopy.
He's a badass.
Yeah, and you know what? It's even better in real life, you guys.
Vin believes in a thing called love. Sure. Okay, dear listener, we got another song for you. This is Seer Bliss.
A Deathly Illusion. Okay, let me read the intro here.
Read the intro, please.
Yep, so we don't forget that. And then I got to get the timestamp. Actually, remember the timestamp.
Yeah, I'll get you. It's probably going to be 303.
Hailing from Hungary, Seer Bliss was formed in 1993. The album this song comes from was chosen as Album of the Year by the Hungarian Metal Awards in 2007. This band will always hold a special place in Archero's heart due to the contributions of their member Zoltan Pal, who plays the same instrument. All right.
Was it guitar?
I didn't even know that Archero played an instrument. So I don't know what instrument it is.
Everybody in our crew plays an instrument.
Well, it would make sense. Yeah, it would make sense. But I didn't. He doesn't go around bragging about it. I guess he's humble like the guy before.
All right, dear listener. Here we are. Daniel Montgomery's staying up past his bedtime, but I love the little dude. Shout out to the homie. Seer Bliss, let's do it! Oh, that's a cool shot. That is a cool shot.
Yeah, it is. right, Archero. I do remember. That's what Archero plays.
Okay.
This is good.
He's rocking. Look at that. You see the guy with the trombone? Is that a trombone? Motherfucking right, let's go! Talk to me!
Wow.
Live music, ladies and gents.
I need to know what kind of hair conditioner that guy with the long hair. It wasn't even tangled after all of that.
After you heard that metal goodness, this is what you bring us?
No. I have a lot of goodness to say about it. That was a very, very, very good song.
Go for it.
I loved everything about it. It was, okay, this is going to sound probably a little bit weird, but like, when the song was playing before the trombone would come on, like the way that the sound was, everything played together so well. But like, I don't know, it reminded me of the rings inside of a tree. Like, you know how a tree has rings, like just the way that it played. And then when the trombone would come, it was like the height of the tree. And it was like, ooh, yeah, it was really, 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 really good. I loved all of that about it. I also liked, their presentation, the way that it looked. Lyrically, we'll have to go into that because I actually wasn't paying attention to the lyrics. I was just watching the whole thing. But I loved the sound of it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to when it first started, and then the score just kept going up, 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 up. Obviously, the trombone was really a cool effect in there. And it even looked cool on the stage with it. Secondly, I was following the drums at the beginning, and I don't usually do that. I usually pay attention to the guitar, but this time I was following the drum, and like, that's a really consistent... Drumming has to be... I wonder if it's hard or if it's easy. If it's hard because you have to be so... Or if they don't go about thought and they just feel it, and they just go with the feeling, and then they don't screw up, you know?
It makes or breaks the band, man. It makes or breaks the band, the drumming. Like, I was in a band for 2 seconds up here in Maine. Our drummer went to China on a mission trip.
And that was it.
That was the end of it.
Your song...
He made the song sound so good.
Yeah.
And we were so limited because I was literally the best guitar player. His brother was the guitarist. He was... And I was taking lessons at the time from the big homie Sean. Shout out to Sean.
Yeah.
Civilized Fascist State was the name of it. If you YouTube Civilized Fascist State, trust me, say what you want. The guitar work on that song was insane. We did some sort of, it was a live stream marathon type of thing that we did.
And we put it in there.
And we played that song. And people were like, yo, that shit's tight.
Yeah, go check it out. It's still there.
Yeah. Okay, so the trombone player is a full-time member in the band. Listen.
That's awesome.
Archero, send us some of your stuff, man.
I was going to ask him,
might be...
Oh.
Send us some of your stuff, Archero.
Oh.
Yeah, I was really... Once I saw the trombone... Oh, my God, come on, bruh. A trombone player, really?
Oh, my gosh.
All right, let's see. Somebody said, like, the dude must have been, like, he must have owned the garage or some shit.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Like, why? Because it's so big?
Oh, the trombone does not belong in metal.
Oh, that's why he owns the garage.
Then I heard him play it, and it matched perfectly.
Yeah.
It went perfectly with the song. I'm not particularly certain how the musicianship in total went along with the lyrics, per se.
Oh, I don't know what the lyrics.
Because it didn't seem to match per se, but it sounded amazing. Lyrically, though, like, because I think it was who said that? Middle Earth said it was majestic.
Oh yeah.
So like,
yes.
Yeah. So like, you were going someplace with that. So I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, like lyrically, what you're talking about versus what, like.
Well, what are the lyrics?
That's one of those situations where I don't think the lyrics were able to ascend to the.
No.
It's not going to really hurt the score.
Are you sure? Well, it might for me.
But I don't really feel like the lyrics were able to match what the musicianship.
Yeah, especially because I have zero clue what the lyrics were about, but I know exactly how the song made me feel. So.
Right, like Imperial Triumphant has a really cool song that features a trombone. But again, Imperial Triumphant. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay, so walk the forbidden path, fail the war of wrath. You are what you hide inside in the most somber corner of your heart. Darkness gives you a sense of wonder, a calm eternal. Awakening of feelings unknown. Your mind changes. Your soul, it turns to stone. You are stigmatized. You will have to take a long journey to understand darkness is not invading, but embrace you with its warmth. I think it's saying darkness is not invading, but embracing you with its warmth. It says
wrath.
Huh? To understand darkness is not invading, with not wrath, warmth. Not warmth, wrath, but embracing you with its wrath. On the last days of your life at your funeral, you will comprehend you are a victim of a fatal illusion. Actually, I think that's actually very true. I do think that that's going to happen to a lot of people. When you dive into the depths of sorrow, where
Your fatal illusion of what you believe about yourself, or what
this life was.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
I think if you take the majority secular report on what this life is, I think when you come to die, you're gonna find that was bullshit, my guy. And I'm not even saying this as a Christian. I'm just saying this once again for the millionth time, based on the scientific shit we've been looking at for the past 3 months.
Right, yeah.
When they talk about consciousness and conscious agent theory and panpsychism, there's so many rabbit holes to go down. Like the physicalist understanding of the world that people have been giving, the physicalist materialist assumptions that people have, like that ain't it, bruh. I mean, as a Christian, I'm like,
Yeah.
I knew you guys were full of shit.
Yeah.
But like, you don't even have to be a Christian, because all these people we're listening to are not Christians. One of them was like scoffing at the idea, but he's also scoffing at physicalism too. But I and I'm not even talking about hell. I'm just talking about the realization that to walk around believing that this place is all that there is, and that this is real. That because you can see something and feel something and touch something, that's what makes it real. And if you can't see and feel and touch something, then that's not real.
Well, then that means realness would be based in the person, right? Because you believe everything that you touch or everything that's around you is real, so you are what makes that real?
Well, no, because they believe that, like, for example, they believe this microphone objectively exists outside of my perceptions.
Oh.
Right? And so...
Oh, yeah, but it could be different than what you think.
It's almost certainly not what you think or feel or touch.
Okay.
It's almost certain. I'm saying almost certain. You know, this Catania guy and Hoffman say that they've mathematically proven it to be so, and peer review wise, it hasn't really been refuted. But I have a very hard time saying.
How many people could peer review something like that?
Well, other mathematicians. You know,
it's like that simple, or is it that complex where everybody's like,
Well, the problem is that Hoffman is on the science side, and then he basically borrowed Catania to do the math to validate it.
Oh!
It's an extremely complex formulation.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, I had to read that chapter in that book literally 20 times.
You did?
Yes. He kind of guests in there and explains how he got to where he got to. So, like,
but did it make sense to you by the 20th reading?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I think people are in for like a really like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Type moment.
Oh yeah.
And,
I would agree with that.
And again, that's the thing is people go, oh, it's peer reviewed. Well, there's peer reviewed data on near-death experiences.
Yeah.
I just read one a couple last week,
right,
where the the conclusion was this appears to be real. No shit, Sherlock. Like, so all I'm saying is, like, you know, everybody kind of has those moments, but I feel like if you're a physicalist or you're a materialist or you're a naturalist, you're not gonna really have that moment until like you're dying. Because a lot of people,
yikes.
You know, it's like that Ebert thing where he said, this is all an elaborate hoax. He said that to his wife like a week before he died. And he wasn't religious either.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like a lot of these people are not religious people.
Right.
Like, all of this is, you know, it's all there. You know what I'm saying? And now we've got like virtual reality and haptics. So now it's like, we have a barometer to go by to say, this is possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or as Elon would say, likely. You know, statistically, he's like, if he basically said, if we're able to figure out,
then it's down to like a 1% or something.
Then it's like 1 in a billion. What are the odds?
Right.
That,
if we can figure, if we can create something that's conscious and has an existence, then it's almost certain that is how something preceded us doing
100%.
the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
It was such a weird moment when he said that. I was like,
Right.
Wait, you mean we may not be the center?
Because what would be the odds?
Right.
That you're in the base reality.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right? If the hypothesis, you know, the simulation hypothesis is true, right? So if So basically, the idea is if you're able to simulate any reality to the point where it's indistinguishable from this reality, then the law of averages comes in and says, okay, so what are the odds that you're in the actual base reality?
Right.
Instead of a simulation, and you just figured out how to do a simulation of a simulation. So
every time I hear that said,
I'm listening to the other book right now, the super intelligence book there. But that's the thing, when you start following these scientists, they'll quote all these books at length, and then you have to read those books too.
oh my God, yeah,
So
right.
and then they send you down a rabbit hole
There's a
because
lot
they're
of
reading
study.
other books. So
But you love it.
yeah. This entire year I'm just devoting to deep diving and reading scientists because it's unbelievable.
Yeah, whenever they say that,
Intelligence, Path, Dangers, and Strategies by Nick Bostrom. Go ahead.
whenever they say that, I always think of like how perspectives, like, you know, like what is the thing that we're in the base reality? I think of perspectives. I always see like within seconds, I see like a person standing on a sidewalk, and then it sucks you away, and you're like way up in the sky, and so then it's like you get more of a perspective. Then you're outside the planet, then you're out, and then you're in the galaxy, and then you know what I mean? Like when you see all of those things as they pull out, and you realize, you know, like we're not even the center of our own solar system. There's like all these things. It's just like unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, all the things are different realities. So if you were on Earth, you think that that's the only thing until we start seeing that there's more and there's more and there's more. So it's like, what's the likelihood that that's not the case for us?
Yeah, very
We're just-
small, slim to none. This guy's terrified when he's talking about it. He's horrified.
Oh, really?
Afraid, yeah.
Well, yeah, I could see how that could happen.
That's why I said, like, these guys are not Christian, but
Yeah.
I mean, I get excited. I'm like, oh,
Right.
this is great. And he's like, ah, my whole life is a lie. Darkness gives you a sense of, okay, so if you go back here, though,
Okay.
walk the forbidden path, fail the war of wrath. You are what you hide inside the most somber corner of your heart. So I think what he's talking about here is like maybe some like anger management stuff. Because wrath seems to be a theme. When he talks about darkness, you see right here,
Yeah.
the forbidden path, fail the war of wrath. So it's like maybe the person is trying to go to war with his own wrath and he's failing miserably. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then he says, you are what you hide inside. And he's saying is, man, you're a wrathful person, bro. That's what you are. So you're always going to lose that war.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? Fail the war of wrath.
Yeah.
And then it says, and then if you skip down, you'll have to take a long journey to understand darkness is
it's
not
so weird.
invading, but embracing you with its wrath. So darkness here is wrath. Go ahead.
Oh, walk the forbidden path. Okay, so then he fails the war of the darkness is overtaking him, is what he's saying.
Right. But when you say overtaking, that's invasion language.
Yeah.
And if you look down here,
He says invading.
You'll see the darkness is not invading, but that it's embracing you.
Oh, wow.
So he's saying, don't look at it as an invader. It's embracing you with its wrath. So wrath
Holy
is something
shit.
that you should. Wrath is something that you should embrace and look upon as your friend. I think it's what he's saying.
That's a bad idea.
And then he says, in the last days of your life, at your funeral, you will comprehend you are a victim of a fatal illusion. When you dive into the depths of sorrow where light fears to enter, you will find the truth that you've always been scared of. On the last day of your life, explore the edges of your soul and mind. No one wins at this game, but you will be relieved.
Whoa.
That's like, you could completely use this as like a preamble to a horrible sci-fi horror.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah.
When I was doing my Insomnia stream, people were like, you know, what do you think about the idea that this life is just a game or whatever? You know, because basically people were saying, look, if this... I know what you're saying. Of a question about the simulation hypothesis.
Exactly.
That if it's a simulation... then
But every time we
automatically-
do simulations, we always make games out of it. So what if we
adults.
are someone else's
Right.
game?
And then if somebody... And Elon kind of went there too, where he said that the base reality must be extremely boring because when we do simulations or games or movies...
Right.
We're doing it to escape and entertain ourselves, so people are looking at it to entertain. But that's because
That's a funny
what I'm
thought.
saying. Like these are not theological people. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
They're assuming. our mindset
Right. Yeah.
onto whoever would create the simulation.
Right.
They're saying, oh, they must be really bored. No. What if the base reality is such that the people who are going to, okay, let's say that I'm a super intelligent being beyond imagination. And I had a group of people that I wanted to run the real world with. Mm-hmm. Like, I want them to run the world according to my principles or whatever. The real world. Mm-hmm. So then I set them up with a simulation to test them.
Whoa.
So that they could all interface and interact with each other.
Yeah, and test out these theories to say, this is a bad plan.
Okay, tyranny is horrible, right?
Yeah.
Arrogance is horrible.
Yeah.
Love is good. Humility is good. And we learn all of this for, let's say 20 to 30,000 years living in that simulation.
Yeah.
So then when we get to the base reality, we're
all on the same page.
We're already come preconditioned on the same page. And everybody who wants to play ball can play ball. And then everybody who wants to be in a different reality can go into a different simulation. We call that hell.
Wow,
right?
babe, so what an interesting, wow.
Open the universe, we dump you in another simulation. Actually, no. We dump you into actual base reality without the ultimate programmer. And then go ahead and program that for yourself. You're going to program this destruction. Go for it. Boop, boop. That's closed out. But everybody who wants to play ball in the base reality, everybody's on the same page. What if that's the goal? Well, that changes things. So then when it says no one wins at this game, but you will be relieved. Well, yeah, to a degree, but it's not a game. It's prep school.
Right.
What if this life is prep school? So you can't win at prep school, obviously. You can't beat prep school because that's not the point.
Right.
The point is to be prepared. So in that context, if you reverse engineer the song and you look at Wrath again, you go, nah, bro, that's not going to work in the base reality.
Right.
We don't embrace Wrath in the base reality.
Right. And so it is invading.
With the small caveat that, as Rage Against the Machine said, anger is a gift in the sense that in this reality, there is such a thing called injustice.
Oh, wow. What a way to qualify.
So you have to activate Wrath
Yes.
many times to give yourself the energy to like, scientifically speaking. Like, when you get angry, your metabolism increases, your blood pressure increases, you get flooded with adrenaline and things of that nature, and endorphins to a degree. That's why people get shot. They don't feel things, etc. Natural anesthetics.
Yeah.
So anger functions in this particular simulation to undo or neutralize injustice. So the problem with that is that if you hold on to it once the injustice is neutralized, that's the problem. Or if you hold on to it and you over neutralize. As the Quran says, Allah does not love those who exceed the limits, right?
Yeah, or some people don't do anything at all.
Right.
They do nothing and they just hold on to the anger.
Seduct. But when you get to the base reality, there's no injustice in the base reality. So then you can leave all that behind. But you need the intelligence and the wisdom and to experience life in this reality to know the difference, right? So, like, all this shit, like, it's crazy to me. Like, I can look at all this scientifically and go, well, yeah, I mean, all of this makes sense, right? I love what they did sonically. Holy smokes! Lyrically, it's now a lot more amazing than I thought before. But yeah, Archero, send me BC in the house. Well, BC, you didn't get here late.
I know, you were here, you left,
you
came back.
Then you went to watch a movie, and then you came
Yeah, you
back.
thought we wouldn't remember you.
Yeah.
And what you've been doing.
I really, really like this. Archero, send me some of your stuff.
Okay.
The trombone. Rate the song.
So, for this, what it sounded like was like, I'm going to say an 11. The lyrics.
Whoa, you gave this an 11.
The lyrics were a 10. Because I like the lyrics. I just don't like the two of them together. So I'm gonna go with a 10.5. So it can't be an 11 because I don't think that the lyrics match like the craziness of the song.
The musicianship outdid the lyrics, and
I just thought the topics didn't match.
You know what was crazy to me about watching that trombone? I'm like, yo, he's the only trombone player. I thought it was an entire section.
Oh, no, I knew it was the one.
Like, if you would have just heard that, like, without looking at the video, I'd have been like, oh, that's multiple trombone players. That would have been like the wind section or something.
I know how this song would work. If you reverse engineer the lyrics, then it fits the song.
We mean work backwards up?
If you were the principle.
Yeah.
Instead of it being an A, then it would flip the principle.
No,
and it would
I'm with you. What did you give the song in total?
I had 10.5.
I give the song 9.6. Really, really, really good. I really like the song. And who knows, maybe the answer is 42. But you will never know, dear listener, if you're in regular YouTube land. We do have the final answer because we have one more song, dear listener. Now, if you're in regular YouTube land and you miss a live stream, there's nothing can be done. There's nothing can be done. It's not like we announce when we're going to do these.
I know.
Maybe we should do a video and announce. Hey, I don't know.
We've talked about doing that, and then we just never do.
We never do it. You have kids, you got businesses, things of that nature. Nothing can be done.
But we're out here for hours. That should give you enough time to get here.
Having said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.